এই যে
Oh, oh,
এই তো তুমি
okay, okay. But, how are you feeling now? Okay, okay.
This is the guy, the person. His first name is Rama. Okay, he's the last living member of in INA. Okay, he'll tell his story. Hmm. Last. না কিছু করতে হবে না, ছবি আসবে গল্প শুরু করবে, ওরা জাস্ট ওয়েট করছে 10 o'clock, এখানে 11 o'clock, আরো 20 মিনিট আছে তো
এখানে আরম্ভ হয়ে যাবে তো? আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে।
Good morning, ma'am.
So you can start now.
Yeah. Good morning. Welcome to the India Tourism Mumbai storytelling series by Regional Level Guides. My name is Venkateshan Dattarayan. I am the Regional Director for India Tourism Mumbai. In fact, we have had a very successful season last year, and we are proud to start the storytelling season 2 today. In fact, it is a special webinar as we are celebrating the 125th birth anniversary of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. I am today at the residence of Lieutenant Rama Khandwala. She is 95 and was active regional level guide until 3 years ago, and she is now mentoring and also active in supporting her colleagues. In fact, while the webinar will be on Lieutenant Rama Khandwala's life with the Indian National Army and her interactions with Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, I would briefly like to introduce Ramaji. In 1943, Rama Mehta, a 17-year-old girl living in Rangoon, Burma, joined the Rani of Jhansi regiment, which was part of the Indian National Army. After independence, in fact, never did she think that during her tenure in Indian National Army, falling into a ditch would eventually land her face to face with the person she admired her entire life. But when she eventually woke up in a hospital a few hours later, she was surprised to find Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose beside her. She fondly recollects this episode. He had come to her camp when he heard about the accident. He visited her, and that was how Rama Kandwala met Netaji for the first time. Not not only this is a story of how the 95-year-old who was part of the Indian National Army's Rani Jhansi regiment under the leadership of Captain Lakshmi Sehgal and who fought alongside Netaji during the Second World War. In fact, she is very much inspired by Netaji's message of Aage Badho and has which has remained as a mantra with her all this year. Shortly after returning to Mumbai after the independence, her skills in typing and shorthand landed her in a job as secretary. But after noticing a government advertisement calling for tour guides, Ramaji applied for the job. And she says they needed someone who knew foreign language, and she was very fluent in Japanese, and thus made it successful career as a regional level tour guide in the Western region. In fact, she wanted to find a purpose in nationalism after independence, and she pursued by pursuing India's undiscovered places as a regional level guide, earning several accolades in this field. She was awarded the National Tourism Award by the Ministry of Tourism in 2017 for the best guide. I will now hand over the web space to Ramaji to take over this session. And in fact, we are very proud and glad to be going live on this occasion of Netaji's 125th birth anniversary with somebody who lived and was a part of Netaji's INA.
Namaste and Jai Hind to all of you. It is my pleasure to be here today, and I'm very happy that I've been given this opportunity to speak about my leader and my mentor, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. I was very young when I joined the Rani Jhansi Regiment. Actually, my grandfather was very friendly with Mahatma Gandhi, and that is how it, the national spirit in the family had already been there, and that when the Azadin Fauj, and Netaji, along with other Rani Jhansi regiments, they came to Rangoon, and that is when I joined the regiment. And my mother was uh, appointed as a donation collector and by the Indian Independence League for the Azad Hind Fauj. And later, when they came to Rangoon, she was also appointed the recruiting officer for the Rani Jhansi regiment. And that is how I and my sister were in the Rani Jhansi regiment. We joined, she put both of us in the regiment, and we were able to meet Netaji, and we were very proud of Netaji, his speeches and all the josh and the spirit that he had was so different. And at first, of course, we came from a very luxurious family, and the training was very tough. Get up very early, do the marching, do the parade, and all that was very tough. So my sister and myself, I used to cry for some time, and I wanted to go back again to my mother's place. But then later on, when we got friendly with all the Ranis from Singapore and Malaysia and other Bangkok, then it was very different, and we enjoyed the training, and then it was a different thing. And when we heard Netaji speak, that was the thing. He was so proud of the country. He was so keen to get the independence of India. And then he only was saying, all of us was Aage Badho. That was the time when we joined. Our day started at 6 a.m. and was over by 6 p.m. 6 a.m. was the flag hoisting ceremony. Then we had the parade, and then we had to do the marching. And after that, we would have a break and then start again. with the training, and we would be trained for all the chain gun, machine gun, Tommy gun, a rifle, bayonet practice, and all those things. And all the weapons we could possibly learn and use during the war. Then later on, after the lunch, we used to we taught decoding, coding, defense, attack, map reading, all that, and also we were given lectures about about Mahatma Gandhi, about Jawaharlal Nehru, about Shahid Bhagat Singh, about Rani Jhansi, and about everything. That is how Lakshmibai, Rani Lakshmibai, we were very proud of her, and that is why Netaji had this regiment named after the Rani Jhansi regiment. And in the evening, we would have the lowering of the flag. That was called Chanda Salami. And after that, we would have break and we would all then do our homework, do our personal things and all. And not only that, Netaji we were treated same. And the training also was the same as the other soldiers. Only thing was Netaji was concerned about us because we were very young and we had left our home and joined the Rani Jhansi regiment. So he was just very concerned about us. And that is why he would come to the camp and inquire as to if we had any problems or we were having any other problems in health problems or anything. And he was always very concerned. So that was not only that, we were not only trained in the defense and in the military thing, we were also trained as nurses. We would go to the military hospitals, work in the wards, and also in the operation theater, and give the instruments to the doctors. And that was another part of our training. And we were fully trained as nurses, which I must tell you was very useful when I was working as a tourist guide. Anyway, the training was very intense and very interesting. And after we were trained, we would always pester Subhash Chandra Bose to send us to the war front. And he would always say, not now, later, later. But we were so keen. Then we came to know that Mr. was going to be the governor, Mr. Chaudhary. So we told him, please, sir, please let us give us a chance. We would like to go to the, and then some of us, we worked as nurses in the front line near Memio, and that was one of our experiences. And that experience, we matured very fast. It was in the hospitals that not only the people, there were a lot of cases of malaria and all, but the wounded soldiers would come to the hospital, and it was so very emotional. Some of them, one of the was he was amputated and he was only having one leg, and he's telling Benji, हमें जल्दी ठीक करो, हमें देश की आज़ादी के लिए जाना है. Just imagine the josh that Netaji had created in all of us to do and die, and bas aage badho. And India's independence was the only thing in our mind, and our leader Netaji was our mentor and our guide. So we were very lucky that we had this training, and we were also very, very happy that we were able to do something for the country, fight for the independence, And also, so that part of that life was my best part of my life. And I was really very, very happy. Then in the camp, we were not only, we had to work and do other duties by rotation. One day we would have to do the kitchen duty and cook all the food for the Ranis. One day we would have to do all the cleaning. Then one day we would have to do some other duties, and also the sentry duty at night. The campus was like 7 acres, and at night it was dark, and we had to go around all night with our rifle. And it so happened that one day I fell in a ditch and I got hurt very badly. And I was then taken to the military hospital. And at that time, there was no penicillin or no antibiotics and all. So they would dress the wound and put some ointment and again, do the same thing the next day. So that took a lot of time. But the greatest day of my life was when Netaji came to see me in the hospital. Netaji was very human, let me tell you. And not only that, there are very many other times when we have met him, and he has been very human, and he has been very concerned about the Rani Jhansi regiment. He believed in the Nari Sakti, even in those days when he was in the president of the Congress, this thing. And from that time, he had cherished this thing. And when he became the leader of the Azad Hind Fauj, he wanted that there should be a regiment for the women, that they should come up and be equal as men and take and fight for India's freedom. So he cherished this idea, and when he met Dr. Lakshmi Sehgal in Singapore, he said to her that he would like to have 1,000 Ranis, and that there should be a regiment, and that women should be trained, and not only as officers but also as nurses. And so she immediately got a lot of people. They had joined the Rani Jhansi regiment in Singapore, Malaysia, and Bangkok, and even from Japan. There was Sahai. She joined from Japan. So all these Ranis, they came to Rangoon, and from Rangoon, our Nara was Chalo Delhi, and the public meetings we used to be. Sometimes we were chosen as guard of honor. We had to stand in the stage, near the stage, with the rifle for 3 hours, and it was amazing and so emotional that the ladies would come on the stage and remove all the jewelry and give it to Netaji and say that this is Hamari Azadi ke liye hai. That was something I can never remember, I can never forget. Most emotional, the spirit people had for India's independence, the Josh that was with the Azad Hind Fauj, the Rani Jhansi regiment, and the people, that it was something very unique, very memorable, and it was amazing. And the garlands which were given to Netaji, they were auctioned, and that each garland would bring like 30,000, 40,000. You needed funds for the Azad Hind Fauj. It was not easy to have such a big military thing and be the leader. And so we had to collect a lot of funds. And this is what we were able to achieve. Particularly Netaji was able to achieve so much and create this national spirit, and the donations were willingly given for the Azad Hind Fauj. That was the thing. The public meetings, we had to be the guard of honor. And every time the meeting was over, even for 2 minutes, Netaji would come and say, how are you all? And we were 4 of us on duty. And then he would say, are you okay? You have any problems? And he says, बस आगे बढ़ो, काम करते रहो, अपने देश की आज़ादी ये को कुर्बानी बहुत ज़्यादा करने की है और इसके लिए आप पीछे मत हटिए. So that was the time when we met Netaji quite a few times also. And then we were selected, few of us were selected to go to Memio. And it was very interesting that Netaji was with us with his entourage and his other officers. We were following him in our bus and we were going to Memio and we were to work in the hospital there. And Netaji was to have a second headquarters in Memio. So then we were happy to know that we were going to go with Netaji. Then on the way, we had to take rest for one night. That is when we had the experience, the near-death experience. They were bombing, you know. It was very strange. First, the Japanese, the British, the left while the Japanese were bombing. Then when the British left and the Japanese occupied, then the British were bombing. And every time the enemy planes came, there were trenches and we had to run and go into the trenches. The siren would go. And then after the enemy planes left, the siren would go again. And that was when the all clear silence was given. So the enemy planes would come and go and they were bombing. You could see innocent people dying. You could see the people buried under the debris. You could see all that. And also at this camp where we were stationed, it was a big school and we were stationed there. And near that, the enemy planes came and they had bombed the building. It was like an earthquake. And it was an experience, the bombing that took. The moonlight nights were terrible. They could see very well in the moonlight nights. And then they would come again and again. So practically during the moonlight nights, we would be in the trench. So he would take us to another building where we were, because we saw to it that we were all given shelter. The next day we were given uniforms, and that is how it was a near-death experience.
It's going live now. Wait.
And that was the day I had my friend Shakuntala Gandhi. She was also recruited from Rangoon, and she was my great friend. We used to talk to each other. We used to you know, share all our problems, share our emotions, and whatever. We were very, very good friends. And it so happened that she also got married and came to Bombay, and I was also in Bombay. So we met for a long time, and I was very sad when she passed away in Mumbai in 1917. So that was another part of the. So that day I cried a lot. I wanted to go back. I wanted to be in my mother's lap. I wanted to tell my mother what had happened. And I just said there should be no war. There should be no hatred. There should be no bombing. There should be no war. That is what. And it was a very, very emotional and very sad day. But we overcame all that. And when we were working in the hospitals, we did not have much time even sometimes to have our dinner or our lunch. And there were soldiers, not only they were suffering from malaria and other diseases, but the soldiers coming from the front line. And this is what it was, a very emotional. They were in their last stage, some of them. And they would say, बहन जी हमारे परिवार को message दे देना. Then this man who was with one leg amputated, and he said, बहन जी हमें आप जल्दी ठीक करो, हमें भी देश की आज़ादी के लिए लड़ाई करने को जाने का है. So you can imagine that Josh, that spirit, do or die. That was Netaji. Netaji had a great personality. Netaji was great in many ways, and the national spirit and the love for the country that he had, I have not seen in anyone so far. Netaji sacrificed so much. Netaji sacrificed so much, not only, and during the last stage of the war, we lost 20,000, nearly 20,000 of the soldiers in near Kohima, and we were able to go into India and in Nagaland and establish our flag. And also before that, we had also, Netaji had established the flag in the Andaman Islands. So actually, we were unfortunate that we could not continue. The Japanese were with us, but they were also, not able to continue, and the war was over. And at that time, we were very unhappy, very sad. But Netaji told us, don't have any this thing. आप आगे बढ़ना है. आप अभी हम हार गए हैं तो इसलिए कि आपको दोबारा अपना देश की आज़ादी के लिए लड़ना है, तो आप हिम्मत मत हारिए, आप बस आगे बढ़िए. And so that is how then it was Netaji's duty, Netaji's responsibility to send all the Ranis back to their homes. And we were from Rangoon, so we were sent back to Rangoon. Others were from Malaysia. So everyone, he saw that all the Ranis went back to their country, safely and to their homes. So this was, but I must tell you that the sad part is that after the war was over, after everything was over, Netaji was not given enough credit and even recognition for his sacrifice for his struggle for independence and all the sacrifices that were done by Netaji and our Azad Hind Fauj. And after the war was over, all our soldiers were taken under arrest. We were also put under arrest, and because we were ladies, they just gave us 6 months of house arrest. But the other people were tortured to no extent. And that was a very sad part. And our Colonel Dillon, Colonel Segal, and Colonel Segal, they were all taken to the Red Fort, and they were put into captured and kept there. And it was only when we got our independence that we were able to have the great honor by our country. So when I came back to India before the independence, that was in end of 46. And we could not leave because we were under house arrest. And after that, for some time also, they were spying on us. And after everything was over, we came back by ship. And I was here, my family was here when India got its independence. And I was lucky to hear the speech of Jawaharlal Nehru on 15th of August. But while I was hearing all the time, tears were coming out. I was always thinking about Netaji and Netaji's struggle and Netaji's josh for the freedom of our country. He would have been so happy. And I must tell you that there are so many rumors going around Netaji's death, and this will be there always because now they have come up with so many different stories. But for me, let me tell you, as I knew Netaji so well, I knew his spirit. I have always felt it, and I've always admired him, and not only admired him, but worshipped him, that he was not the one to stay back, and he would always be there for our country, and there would not have been this partition between India and Pakistan. No, that would have never happened if Netaji was alive. I know that. So this is why I feel that there are so many stories going on. I had met Colonel Habib Rahman, and during one of the birthday celebrations in Calcutta, we were all invited by by Mr. Basu and others. And also that time I met Shishir Bose and Krishna ji, and went to his museum. I saw the car that he had, they have kept it, and he had taken the car and gone to Afghanistan, and how he left the Calcutta to in search of this. He knew that the British would not leave India unless there was a big military to fight them. And so that is how all this happened, and that is how he took so much of sacrifices and took the risk going to Japan and and setting up this big army, Azad Hind Fauj. So this is what Netaji's sacrifices, Netaji's spirit, Netaji's love for the country, Netaji's wanted India to be independent. Not only that, he had visualized even further that after independence, he would do so much. He would do this, he would do that. It's all there in the books, his vision and what he wanted to India to be it is there. And it is amazing that every uh, speech, the unity, there was so much unity. And today we are not having that unity. I feel very sad, because at that time, Netaji would always tell us, we are all, Bharat is our country, and we are all Bharatiya, and we are all going to fight for the independence of India. So that was the spirit, and that spirit is still there. And if you meet any of the Ranis or any of the Azad Hind Fauj people, you will find that that spirit is still there. And we would want that our country really आज भी आगे बढ़े. आज भी नेताजी ने जो सोचा था, नेताजी के जो उम्मीद थी, नेताजी जो चाहते थे, वो हम कर सके और करके दिखाए. हमें ये उम्मीद है. हम आप सबको हम विनती करते हैं कि आप आपकी सोच बदले और आप देश के लिए सोचे और अपने देश को एकदम अव्वल बनाने में कोई कमी न रखे. हम ये आपकी सबको विनती करते हैं. नेताजी की जो इच्छा थी, नेताजी को जो उनका सपना था, नेताजी का जो सोच था, ये अपने को आगे बढ़ाने का है. और ये हमको सबको आगे बढ़ाकर करके दिखाने का है. तो ये हमारी आपको सबको विनती है. हमें इतना कि इतना अच्छा लगा कि हमारे यहाँ पे बॉम्बे में आज़ाद हिंद मंच ने हमको ये अपने को एक ये लाइफ बहुत अच्छा लगा कि हमें ये अवार्ड मिला. आप देख सकते हैं, ये हमको 1916 में यहाँ पे बॉम्बे में हम नेताजी के बर्थडे सेलिब्रेट करते थे, तभी हमको ये मिला. और आई वॉज वेरी प्राउड एंड आई वॉज ऑल्सो वेरी happy to receive, because all these awards, even in the tourism, I was happy that I got the award as the best guide. These awards are given to me while I'm alive, and that is very meaningful. And I also wrote a book. You can see this book here, and that is called Jai Hind. It has a lot of photographs. Not many people know that Netaji was married. He had a daughter called Anita. The unfortunate thing was that his wife could not come to India. When the family from Calcutta went to bring her, she could not come because her old mother was sick and she had to take care of her. But Anita, she is now in Munich, and Anita, her family, they have come many times. And I was also very happy to meet her when we had this meeting in Delhi, All India नेशनल आर्मी का जो जितना भी हमारे मलेशिया के, सिंगापुर के सब आए थे वहाँ पे. तब हमें सब दिल्ली में मिले थे. फिर हम अनीता जी को वहाँ पे मिले. बहुत हमको आनंद हुआ कि हम उसकी बेटी को मिल सके. इन्होंने ये सबमरीन में जब निकले तो वो उनको ऐसा लगा ही होगा कि वो वापस उसके बहन, उसके बीवी को नहीं मिल सकेंगे. उसके नाम थे एमिली. तो उसने इसके भाई को लेटर लिखा था कि आई एक्सपेक्ट ऑल ऑफ यू, आई हैव बीन मैरिड एंड आई एक्सपेक्ट all of you to give her the same love that you have given me. I would want you to give the love to her. And he used to write very nice love letters. I have published those in this book here. There are many photographs. As soon as we were, we joined the regiment, we had to undergo the training. And that was, we were given the uniforms later. And that's the photo of me. My mother was in the Indian Independence League as a recruiting officer for the Rani Jhansi Regiment, and also for working for the Indian Independence League. So in the middle is my mother, and I'm on the left, and my elder sister, who was also in the Rani Jhansi Regiment, she is on the right of my mother. Also, here you can see the photographs here. These are, as soon as we joined, we were put under training. So you can see us with the rifles and practicing shooting and practicing bayonet practice. And later on, they gave us the uniforms. And according to our performance, we were given promotions. I was very lucky. I was performing very well. And so Lakshmi Sehgal was very fond of me too. And I then became platoon commander as well as second lieutenant. So the training, and today what we are, even today, that आगे बड़ों का स्पिरिट नहीं गया हमारे में है, इसीलिए इतनी उम्र होने से भी हम आगे बढ़ते रहते हैं, हम पीछे नहीं हटते हैं। इसीलिए आप जो भी है, नेताजी की दुआ से, नेताजी की सोच के लिए, नेताजी ने अपने को बहुत सिखाया, बहुत हमको दिया, बहुत हमारे लिए किया। और जो हमारे में भी आज जो जोश है हमारे देश के लिए, ये नेताजी के लिए है। हम नेताजी को लाख लाख प्रणाम करते हैं कि हमें सबको इतना दिया उसने, और ये हम कभी भूल नहीं सकते हैं। नेताजी वॉज रियली वेरी डायनामाइट। नेताजी वॉज, वो हमेशा कहते, आप हमें खून दो, हम आपको आज़ादी देंगे। एंड वो इतनी जोश में पब्लिक मीटिंग्स में भी बोलते थे कि आज भी उनका बुलंद आवाज हमको ऐसा सुनाई देता है, ऐसा लगता है कि अभी आएंगे नेताजी, अभी आएंगे, बोलेंगे। हमने सचमुच नेताजी को, हमने भी आज तक हम नेताजी को नहीं भूले। नेताजी को आगे रखते, अपने देश को आगे रखते, हमने जो टूरिज्म के लिए भी काम किया है। हम वापस आए तो सरदार पटेल ने हमको बुलाया कि भाई हम आपको मिलने चाहते हैं। उस वक्त मरीन ड्राइव में रहते थे, 2 घंटे हमको बैठा के बस नेताजी ने कैसे आज़ाद हिंद फौज बनाई, नेताजी की रानी झांसी रेजिमेंट में कितने थे, क्या करते थे, आपको क्या ट्रेनिंग मिली, ये सब इतनी डिटेल में वो 2 घंटे तक सब बात सुनते रहे। बाद में उन्होंने हमें ऑफर भी किया कि आप हमारी पार्टी में ज्वाइन हो जाए। I said no, I don't want to have politics, but I still want to do something for my country, still wanted to be useful to my country and do something, करके दिखाने का था। तो जब हमें मौका मिला, हमने टूरिज्म में अप्लाई किया और हमके जापानीज अच्छा आता था, तो हमने I was selected as a tourist guide, and for 50 years I worked as a tourist guide, and I was also given the award as the best guide in 1917, 1918. So this is what, and that was my biggest day, receiving this award at the hands of our president, Ramnath Kovind. So that was these are the 2 important things that Life Achievement Award from the Azad Hind Month, and also the Tourism Award from the Tourism Ministry. That was another. Every time I met a stranger and sent back a friend. And always, even the tourists would tell me, we can see the national spirit in you. We can see that you love your country a lot. And this is what I used to. बस हमारे देश के लिए ले जाते थे हम, घुमाते थे उनको, जो चाहिए वो घूमने आते थे, देखने आते थे, तो बहुत अच्छी तरह से हम उनको घुमाते थे, कर उनकी सेवा करते थे, अतिथि थे हम। एक तो ग्रुप्स ऐसे थे वो जो स्लम्स देखने जाते थे, तो हम जाते थे तो हम अच्छा दिखाते थे, भाई देखिए इनका घर कितना स्वच्छ है, इनके घर में भगवान की छवि है, कितना भगवान को मानते हैं, ये सब हम अच्छा ही दिखाते थे, कितनी मेहनत करते हैं। तो एक बार एक ग्रुप में, वो हॉलैंड के ग्रुप थे, तो एक भाई ने बोला कि हम आई डोंट माइंड लिविंग हियर, एंड आई वाज सरप्राइज्ड। आई सेड ये ऐसा क्यों बोलती है? तो हमने उसको पूछा, तो बोला देखो ये खटिया में के बूढ़े लोग को कितना संभालते हैं, बूढ़े लोग की कितनी सेवा करते हैं। हमारे यहाँ तो बस हम को नर्सिंग होम में ले जाते हैं, 15 दिन में एक बार आते हैं, फूल आके देते हैं और मिलते हैं, बस यही है और कुछ नहीं। तो ये हमको यह बहुत अच्छा लगा कि ये लोग कितने मान देते हैं इनको, इनके बड़े बूढ़े लोग को, माँ बाप को। तो ये हमें, आपको सबको भी, हमें भी इतना गर्व होना चाहिए कि हमारे देश में कितना अच्छा कल्चर है, कितने अच्छी ये है। हमें याद है हम बचपन में स्कूल जाते थे तो हम हमारे माँ और बाप को पहले पैर छूते, पैर छू के उनके आशीर्वाद लेते, बाद में हम स्कूल में जाते थे। कभी कभी हमारे पिताजी बाहरगाम जाते थे तो माता जी को हम पैर छू के आशीर्वाद लेते थे। अभी आज ये सब कुछ है ही नहीं। आपको सबको सोच बदलना है, आपको आपके माँ बाप को देखना है, आपको आगे बढ़ना है। आपको भी नेताजी ने जो, आप नेताजी के बारे में किताब पढ़िए, नेताजी की क्या सोच थी वो आप सब समझिए और अमल में मुकिए, ये करिए कि क्या अच्छा है क्या नहीं, और अपने देश के लिए कुछ न कुछ तो करिए, ये हमारी आपको विनती है। जय हिंद।
नहीं। Thank you. That was an amazing session that we had with Lieutenant Rama Khandwala. In fact, it is such inspiring to hear her, and she has been kind of driving a lot of initiatives even at this age. And when we requested her to join this webinar and share her experiences with Netaji and her own experiences, she readily agreed. And even at this age, she has easily adapted to the technology and was very comfortable over this Zoom platform. This is the second time that she has gone live on Zoom, and she's full of energy and again inspiring us all to keep going. I, on behalf of India Tourism Mumbai, thank each one of you for taking time. I know it's a working day, Monday, first day of the week, but I could see a lot of people who have joined. One of the best webinars that we have had, when this number of people have joined. This wouldn't have been success without your participation. And also, I think we will all go back with this great spirit of oneness and nationalism that Ramaji represents. And she has been a great motivator also to all the regional level guides of Western region. And she is seen as a mentor And I have heard many stories from her colleagues who have said how when she was very active, she would kind of mentor the juniors, share notes, teach them, etc. And we promise that we will keep the session on again with another episode of the storytelling series by the regional level guides. And once again, on behalf of India Tourism Mumbai, on behalf of Lieutenant Rama Khandwala, I take leave of you now. May we all stay healthy. May we all stay happy. Jai Hind.